My name is Maria Jose Molano, and I will be talking about crime and its relationship within the government and rape. Britannica defines crime as the intentional commission of an act usually deemed socially harmful or dangerous and specifically defined, prohibited, and punishable under criminal law. Crime can be seen in different ways. It is perceived depending on the science that it is studied by. In media, it can be portrayed in different ways as well. Today, I will be talking about the portrayal of crime, especially rape, by a journalist and how she relates it to the government and how she talks about it. So, Richie Sunak, a journalist, she talks about crime, but she focuses on gender issues, homophobia, and racial issues as well. So basically, she is talking about the fact that in England, the English government, especially in Wales, there is a huge fail within the conviction of rapists. She says that there is a systematic misogyny within the Metropolitan Police. Now, this statement is a way of perceiving things and relating it to a total another kind of thing. For example, she talks about crime, whereas she also mentions misogyny in it. This way, we can perceive how her beliefs affect the way she perceives crime and talks about it as well. Rape can be defined in different ways in different countries. However, it is not always determined that its lack of punishment depends on misogyny, but it's an argument that this journalist uses. Whereas the government has stated that rape has dropped within the last years, the journalist states the opposite, and she mentions that rapists are set free because of misogyny that exists within the Metropolitan Police. This implies that crime has a respective view and that it's based on gender issues. I believe that there was a degradation process in this article. There is a perpetrator, which would be the government, or better, the Metropolitan Police itself, because it's a misogyny statement in the eyes of such journalist, and said event would be the failing of convicting rape. Now, as Garfunkel states, for this to be successful, this would have different instances. So she's taking into account that there would actually be an event that is proved to be linked to the said perpetrator. But the basis that she gives are merely based on her perception, and there is no such link between misogyny and the release of rapists. To make a brief comparison, the Colombian system is not very effective in the processing of rapists as well, and this does not mean that it's because misogyny as well. This could mean that the jurisdiction is flawed in many ways. However, it can be seen within this article how it is very important to take into account that journalists can be biased on their point of view within their point of view, and even if it's true that rape exists because of misogyny in some way, there must be some proof to state that the Metropolitan Police of Wales fails to prosecute these rapists because of misogyny as well.